Okay, so we're going to be looking at the string shapes. They're arranged almost in fifths like that, so it's C, G, D, E, A like that. Okay, and right here we got C, G, D, A, E. I said D, A something. So this is in fifths going this way and fourths going this way. And we're looking at them as individuals now so we can learn them. And by the way, just get our feet wet in the long patterns. These are stacked. These are stacked. They're not completely isolated. If I jumbled them up, they would be, but why do that? Just show them in stacked. And right here, so this is how they stack up. They're easier to look at in a tabular fashion because they're rectangular anyway. 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And once again, we use these patterns to get away from the fret nut or the capo. Or you can use them wherever you want. For instance, suppose you're doing a groove and you just like, you're like, oh, well, that worked. I didn't want to go to the other note here, which would be, because look how far this one is from here. That's a long, it's actually just a whole note, but it's a long box in the patterns. So we weren't thinking of that. The music wanted you to go up, and maybe wanted to do a slide up to there or something. So that was a better choice than going up here. So all of a sudden, guess what I just did? A long pattern. Okay, and then we would have to warp up for the 7 root 2. That's why I'm saying you might find yourself in a long pattern when you're doing a groove, a funk, or just some soloing and meandering. Steve Stein used to call it meandering, but his idea of meandering, I don't know. He could play one note and make it sound great, and I don't call that meandering. But meandering is just starting from an isolated string shape and going whatever direction you want to go, So we could show you. I could show you a little bit with a groove if I could pull one up quickly and we not get into it too much, and because it's going to get boring again if we do a groove. So just wait a minute. Okay, so there's a little like G minor thing going on, but I'm not even going to look at that. I'm just going to see what string shape I start on. Okay, so right here, let's just stop the track a second. Okay, and right here what we have is this. Which string shape is that is the important thing. If it's in G minor, okay, that's going to be the 6, 7 root string shape. So it's going to be the G string shape, and that's where we're going to be starting. We'll continue a little bit. So I can start a G pattern from there, diatonic. To the C, which is its fifth, to the E. Now E goes up a pentatonic to the G shape again. We do pentatonic. Okay, thank you. All right. I didn't get to do a lot of the other stuff I was doing last night because I'm not ready to explain, every single little change. But you just connect it by caged. You connect it by string-shaped cage, individual string-shaped cage connections. Okay, so I don't have one single string on the top of this particular. Oh yes, we have. We can look at a single string here. So you do your single string cage connections. I told you we couldn't get too into it. Thanks, fellas. That's one of the YouTube funk guitar backing, G minor jammin' 2 bandcamp.com. So, you know, that's why they make these things, so people can play along with them. All right, so anyway, I don't want to get into that too much right now, because if I just start razzle-dazzling you and me, you know, I know what I'm doing, but, you know, it's I don't want to lose anybody. So connecting on one string was just like, it's like caged or a pentatonic scale. So if I have down here, we have the G string shape, but I was on in the word cage, the G string shape goes to the E string shape. This is actually a previous topic. See, so if I start explaining it, it becomes boring because it's a previous topic. We talked all about this in many other previous lessons. So that the G string shape shares the 7 root with the E string shape. So we go in cage G to E when going to the right on one string, and then going to the left, which I don't know if I did that or not. I pretty much just played a G pattern like that. Okay, going to the left, you go in a pentatonic scale. So if we were in an E shape there, we would go to the left. E goes to G in a pentatonic scale. E to G. See? So you connect caged, pentatonic, or cage spelled backwards, and then going up, string shaped fifths, coming down, string shaped fourths. And that's how it works. That's how to get around. And then the other's just shape fitting, you know, where you want to fit the pattern, you want to hit the tuning warp. When we are looking at, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, essentially a 7L based pattern. We do want to fit that 7 over here. It's not going to go on top of the fifth. And so we just do that kind of automatically when we go to the A, from the A to the string, the E string shape, and we have our nice S3D right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2. And that's the way it looks in the pattern stack. And that's the way it looks on the bottom 4 strings of the fretboard. So I know we want to put, maybe we'll get to another groove afterwards, because Google saves your searches, so I should be able to get there fairly easily. Anyway, but let's continue on, and this is the crux of the lesson here, is what are the string shapes going to be? Of course, this is what they are for the diatonic scales, and then you just stack them up according to the string shaped circle. So C goes to G, G goes to D clockwise, D goes to A. We stack them up, but remember right here, what happened? We have shape fitting. We have to fit. Okay, remember A is only 5, 6, and we have to start over 1 fret. Now, when we're on the C box with the guitar, that 7 root 2 comes over with the tuning warp. So here's the D part. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait a minute. It'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's the 7 root 2. I was one earlier there. I was going to have to hit a lone wolf 7 of that F sharp, but nah, we're not in G. So there it is. It's brought over for you. That's the wonderful thing about the tuning